Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a trash movie and you should never ever watch it. In fact, I said as much in my review of that film, which I will link to down in the description of this video. So I thought the first Jurassic World was fine. I thought the second one was awful. And I came into this one expecting to be completely let down and disappointed and absolutely hate it. And here's the thing. I really don't. I actually enjoyed this film a hell of a lot more than I enjoyed the last film, obviously, and even Jurassic World. I think this is kind of the best of the three movies, and I'm going to talk about why. But what's frustrating is that I had an awesome intro ready for this video. It was going to be a joke, it was going to be amazing, and now I got to repurpose it and use it later. Thanks so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, red subscribe button, notification bell. Do those things and we'll be good. Okay, so I adore Jurassic Park. Okay, I adore the original film so great, so much. It's so great. The music, the performances, the characters, the writing. It's not as good as the book, which I know is kind of a, cheesy hipster thing to say, and that's true. But the movie is fantastic. It captures the magic of seeing dinosaurs on the big screen and this amazing epic motion picture for the first time, and they were never going to be able to put the genie back in the bottle. You can do that once. You cannot capture that magic again, no matter how hard you try. It's simply never going to happen. And then they tried to with The Lost World Jurassic Park, which is also a freaking fantastic book. After that, they had no more material from Crichton to work with. So they were basically leaning on whatever they wanted to do from a script writing standpoint. They had no origin material to work with. So we got Jurassic Park 3, which brought back Sam Neill as Alan Grant and Ellie's, Laura Dern as Ellie Sattler in what was essentially a cameo appearance of 2 or 3 scenes at most. And then it just sat on the shelf forever. They didn't do anything with Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg, there were movies in development hell. They had talked about a Jurassic Park 4 for a long time. And then we finally got Jurassic World in 2015, and it made a absolute killing at the box office. It made all the money. And so Jurassic World was back, baby. And then we got the second film, which I hate. I've already said that 17 times in this video. And now, I was primed for disappointment. And just to highlight a couple of things I hated about the last movie. I hate the character of Maisie Lockwood. I hate that they basically retcon the entire history of Jurassic Park by giving John Hammond a partner for no reason other than the story of that movie. And the ending is an absolute hideous abomination, and it's terrible. Yeah, that's in the review. If you want to go watch the review, it's in the description. Go check that out. But this movie works because they fix some of that crap. Blue is in the movie, the raptor. It's not nearly as obnoxious as she is in the second movie. They didn't they didn't dictate the entire film around that. They didn't wrap everything up around the story of Blue. She is still a character in this, and if you've seen the trailers for the movie, rescuing Blue's, baby raptor is a part of the film, but it's not the entire part. It's not the entire movie. And there are more important things happening with the human story that drive the story forward, and that's where the movie actually kind of works. Is this movie incredible? No. Is it great? No. Is it good? Sure. Is it watchable? Highly. Is it entertaining? It absolutely is. And ultimately, that's what I like about the movie. It didn't bomb the nostalgia stuff like I thought it would. The humor almost all worked for me. I laughed at Ian Malcolm almost as much as I did in the first movie, and that's saying something because the humor that they inject into that character here is really, really, really good. And it's true to who he is. He's just as quirky as he is in the first movie, which is something they kind of tamped down in the second film, in The Lost World. And to bring that part of him back was great. I don't love the relationship that we get between Sam Neill's Alan Grant and Laura Dern's Ellie Sattler, but for the most part, it's good. They basically fixed the character of Maisie. I still think her decision at the end of the second film ranks among the stupidest decisions a character has made in any movie in the history of all the movies. And the repercussions of that decision are all over this film and all over the future of whatever this world looks like after these movies. And you can't, there's no way to go back and take that decision back. It's far too impactful. And I respect the fact that Trevorrow kind of leans into it with this movie. This movie is bonkers. Dinosaurs are everywhere. They're just like a part of life now. There's like this entire weird black market with, dinosaurs being sold and traded, and it's dumb, and I love it. And he just goes for it. He doesn't care. He's just gonna dive into that stuff and make it a part of this world and completely flesh it out. And he does some really creative things with it, which I won't spoil. But yeah, kudos to the filmmakers for making a movie that's way better than it has any right to be. It kind of bombed with the critics. It's going to make a lot of money. Critics are mostly dumb, and the movie is super watchable and enjoyable and fun. It's not Top Gun Maverick. It's not that It's not that quality of a film. But considering this is the 6th of these movies, this might be the most entertaining after the original. And I never thought that's something I would say. I really never thought that. The Lost World has its moments. Jurassic World has its moments. The rest of them are dumpster trash. And so pleasantly surprised with this one, big time, because I was ready to hate it. I was so ready to go in and just dump all over it, and I am super surprised at how much I enjoyed it. So, I really like this movie. Thanks so much for checking out the video. If you liked it, found it helpful, consider subscribing. You can also like and share it. That tells the powers that be that it's worth promoting. And hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Did you love or hate Jurassic World Dominion? Let me know, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.